Scottish.
How do they sound?
Oi!
No, that sounds Australian almost. What's up, guys? I guess this is not really an official tag team hangout, right? This is just friends hanging out for a little while. Just to get on, see if we get anybody.
Cool.
Listening.
Oh, he does look younger. What is that?
Hey.
Can I see Kevin?
Here now. Kevin.
Come here. You can see it without being on camera. Come here. There's a blind spot right here.
Pause it.
There we go.
I don't see
So
the
we're gonna be
blind
talking-
spot.
You're gonna get in the TARDIS.
You're so red.
There you go. You get in the TARDIS. See.
Wow, that's TARDIS tattoo toy hunter right there. Tartar sauce.
Tartar sauce sounds good.
I should take this and make it into a tattoo toy hunter now.
Dr. Tattoo.
Now you can do it with any figure, right?
Dr. Tattoo.
I feel younger,
Yeah, there you go.
but I feel like I'm showing off 9 more chins.
Whatever, bro. You look good.
Me, sir.
Since I went into the hospital December 8th, I've lost 35 pounds.
Whoa.
Wow.
35 pounds, so I'm going to try to stay with it.
That's a ton of weight.
Yeah, all my work clothes are falling off.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Very good.
Yeah. Well, you're like I said before, your health is important. So.
So true, sir. It's a lot right now going on, but I'm gonna take it on and get healthy.
Well, that's the attitude to have. Don't be like, woe is me. You always have to be like, I'm gonna do whatever I have to do.
You gotta be like Christina Aguilera and be a fighter.
That's true.
I'm a survivor.
Ooh, I don't know how she sings, but I'm gonna be like that.
I'm gonna be a fighter.
You know what? I can't even find our own stream on the internet. Oi, mates! Oh,
So, Smith Super Awesome Reviews back. So,
Did you open that Predator yet?
Stop.
oh no, I'm gonna do that for I got unboxing and I'm gonna review him. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Have it
Cool.
up by Sunday.
I'm jelly. I'm gonna play with it.
Yeah, you or Venom is probably gonna win this. No.
It's funny.
It's just,
because it's true.
why don't I just flip a coin and give it to one of y'all two?
Yeah, make it easier on the rest of the YouTube.
Like, okay, is it gonna be Sandman or Venom today?
You should make a joke.
I'm just gonna send one of y'all like a scratch off and see if you win. Then I'll say, okay, that's my money since I sent it to you.
Y'all see Mama Kitty behind me?
Yeah, she's on the other side though.
She's being a bum.
Is that a dog or a cat on the other side? It's a dog.
Dog, yeah, that's my Jax. He's an elderly dog.
Well, yeah, that's the same way with Kobe. See? Say hi, Kobe.
Thanks, Richard. I appreciate that, man.
Oh,
Never give
He's
up.
80 years old.
that's a cute old dog.
Yeah, 80.
He's 80.
Yep, in dog years.
Of course.
Make me look good. Sit. Talk.
Oi.
Oi, mate.
Doggy.
You stink really bad.
Hi.
Come here. Come here. I need a walk.
This is the non-tattooed dog hunter.
The treat hunter.
Yeah.
Today I'm gonna read this bone. It's a little tough, and bony.
Here's my.
It doesn't have one to lean.
It's Baby Raven.
Oh, look at this. And his
Yeah, he got big.
Yes. She's giving me love. Yeah, she's huge, guys. She's part Rancor.
She's gonna fill into the.
What's up, Retro Dealer 64?
Retro Dealer 64.
In the house.
Oh.
Buds, I miss my beard. I feel naked without
No,
it.
man. You look young AF.
Hey, Smith Super's Awesome wants to jump back in, I think.
Okay. Let me see if I can find his email. What's up?
Hey, he's a really cool dude.
Yeah, he's very knowledgeable too.
I enjoyed the discussion with him.
Well,
He's
he,
a
can
guy
talk to-
like us, Gandhi.
he knows a lot about a lot of stuff.
That's good.
I wonder what his
New
email-
addition to the tag team?
No, he's already in a group, but he wants us to be on terms with his group, Sanctuary. You're
Okay, so associate of tag team.
yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
You know, you've heard of the Sanctuary, I'm sure, huh?
Yeah.
He's one of those
Yeah.
guys.
I'm actually in the group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they collect a lot of stuff, but they're really Transformer experts. Him, he's pro with
The other guy that changed his name to Jimmy Lee used to be Sunspot.
That's right. Yeah, he
That guy has so many figs. Have you seen how many figs he has?
Yeah, he has a
I watched,
collector.
I
He's
watched
got
him.
he's got like Voltron, like every Voltron ever made.
I watched a Marine. What's his name? He says "hoorah" in his videos.
Prime.
Yeah, Patriot Prime. I love him. He's cool.
Yeah, he's awesome too.
He's at 1,000 Patriot Prime.
Mr. V, what up? Yeah, he's about to. Did he already flip 1,000, or he's right there?
I think he's right there.
Mr. V.
Yeah, his videos are on point. I mean, he has some really good. He's almost like you. He keeps you interested. Tattoo.
Yeah.
I find myself very boring.
Yeah, well, apparently 2,000 people think that you're pretty exciting because they watch your videos.
Don't remind them to be like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Let me delete that real quick.
He lures them. He lures them with.
Yeah, I only got 141 people who think I'm exciting, and I might lose that one tonight.
Mr. Brock,
Kevin lures them in with the thumbnails, and then he hooks them with what he
with the
finds.
staticky. Yeah. But you remember the biblical?
He found the recent Black series.
That's awesome.
I haven't even seen them yet.
I thought I was gonna miss them altogether because none of my stores ever got them that wave 2 of Solo.
Yeah. I'm telling Sandman this. I'm kind of got to the point where I'm debating if I won't even want to keep Star Wars stuff anymore in my collection. I have a connection to that movie, but I'm becoming more and more of I want like Kenner and Steve Sharks and old school.
You have the vintage bug.
I hear you. I'm torn the two. I've got a ton of 3 3/4 Star Wars, and now I've got a bunch of 6-inch, and they don't really look well together when you have them side by side displayed.
No, they
so
don't.
I'm kind of torn in between the two generations, the new stuff and the vintage.
Well, I'm getting to a point where I feel that Booker is correct. You should collect what you like, because if you don't collect what you like, you're going to get rid of it. And
you will always get rid of it.
Thanks, Judson. I appreciate it. Richard, these guys are fellow YouTubers. We kind of make up a group called the Tag Team Toy Hunters. Tag is for the average guys, kind of like the average everyday collectors. Just to give you a little run on that. Okay, I got you, Smith.
Hey, Mr. V, how y'all doing?
Everybody needs to take a page from Mr. Smith. He makes an email easy to do. Some of people, they max out the letters and numbers you can add. So it's like 38 letters and numbers.
Yeah. Like Life Anime Gaming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. .com.
Yeah, we're not doing it like that. Just Life Anime Gaming.
I know.
It's 100 letters and a vowel. What happened?
Oh, I can't spell.
Where you at? I'm happy one of us found some 3-cent Black Series.
I know it was. I didn't think it was gonna happen, so I was super stoked when I saw him. I just had that feeling, and my wife was with me, and I called her over. I go, check this out, and I rang up Rio, $19, and then I rang up Val and L3, 3 cents. She's like,
3
what?
cent, bro. And they were all
Richard,
directly on the pegs too.
Yeah, it was a miracle. I mean, and then I was like, man, I wish maybe if I showed up yesterday, I could have gotten more. Who knows?
Yo, I make my emails easy so I can remember.
Defending undisputed champ of the world.
This is the custom I got made.
That is nice.
Yes, it's
Sick, man.
like it's smell the leather, boys. Smells good. It's got that shit. No, none of that shit you get from WWE shop. Look at that. That's clean.
Right. Yeah, that's a real strap.
Well made.
Yes, all the way from Pakistan.
Those
I'm
3 or 4 12-year-old Cambodian boys that made those did a good job.
Oh, no. There's a guy, actually, he has a Facebook group, and that's all he does is make custom belts. And I mean, the dude is legit. Like, I had to scout him out for like a year because I'm like, this can't be legit. And sure enough, I put it in order, got the belt. Like, the dude, he'll send you photos of him putting it together. He does everything handmade, cuts the leather, all that. And I'm like, shit. Yeah. And he's and he's got reasonable prices for his belts. I'm like, dude,
the Toy Time Machine, they have a belt, remember?
Oh yeah.
Yes, it is.
That's a cool little gimmick he came up with for his channel.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's really awesome.
He's got so many buddies in his area that are willing to participate.
I like that it's international now for him anyway. It's pretty cool to get other people.
Smith, do you ever watch Toy Time Machine? Lance?
I might have. I try to watch everybody because I like I said before I left, like YouTube won't support us. We gotta support each other. You know what I'm saying? It's our community. You know, from the outside looking in, you know, people might just like, you know, because there are those kind of fake toy channels that do all that bullshit that kind of give us a bad rap. Those Spider-Man Elsas and all that really like dumb shit. Like I found a toy channel the other day. It's got like 1 million subs, and I mean
1 million subs.
Yes, and the shit they had on it, I'm like, who is this for? Like, it was some lady miming with some Marvel figures and some other shit. I'm like, am I smoking? Am I tripping? Because it's like, who is this for? And at the same time, like, it was a live stream, but it was way past any kid's bedtime. So I'm like, who is this for? And how the hell you got 1 million subs? Like, this is crazy. So I'm like I said, I'm a big advocate for the collecting community. Like, I don't care what you collect, vintage, new, whatever. Like I said, YouTube don't give a damn about this. We all know this. They don't. Like I said, when's the last time you seen a toy channel, a collector on a rewind? Ever. It's like if your name ain't Lily Pons or Jake Paul, they ain't listening to you.
Well, Pixel Dan, I think, is the plateau of what we do.
But so then why is he not? Why is he not there? Like I said, I don't.
Why is he not prominently?
Yeah, exactly. Why is he not there? Like, where is he on the trending page? Where
that guy is? He's worked hard.
You know, you got dudes like Mgo.
It's not
Mgo. You got Out the Bottomist, Stratus Prime, Bobby Skullface. These dudes, everybody's heard of them. But where's their spotlight?
Where's the recognition on
Exactly.
YouTube, on Google's?
Like, where is it? Like, I'm not, and I'm saying it like, listen, I would like to be there. I'm not worried about it. I do this for fun. I do this.
Well, the adult collectors, we're so jaded. There's very few advertisers that want to put.
But see, that's the thing. That's all we do is advertise.
It's true.
We over here selling product.
Yeah,
for free.
Every time you go toy hunting, you're advertising a store. Every time you review a figure, you're literally advertising.
Ethan's whatever, the Kid and the Mom channel.
Yeah.
The thing is that as far as toys, they don't see us as viable because we're basically not selling. Action figures, if y'all agree with me, have declined in sales. For as adult collectors, the toy companies don't see us as more than people who will buy a figure, once in a while. They don't see us as somebody who will buy tons and tons of figures because we're not kids. And that's what they feel their main, that's why on a kids channel, you see these LOL dolls and all these girly toys because that's what's selling now. It's like all these, LOL dolls. My wife,
Calico Critters.
Yeah. My wife works for Walmart, and if you walk into the toy department in her Walmart, there's one aisle, and there's clearly nothing there right now, and the rest of it's all girl stuff.
There's way more girl toys now.
Okay, but I'll agree and disagree with you on that. But I'm thinking, like, the way I look at it is like, okay, yes, there's a market for the kids, but if you like I said, if you look at the line of products now, like the Marvel Legends, the Black Series, like the ones that are really kind of high quality. That's for us. I'm pretty sure, like I said, if you probably looked at your collection and did a tally of how much that cost, that's money. Like shit, I got renter's insurance just for my Transformers.
Oh, I bet.
You know what I'm saying? For just in case shit happens.
And that's
like there's still a market there that would make you as a content creator viable to someone to be like advertised for. Like, yeah, just because you might not push a Target or a Walmart, there's a Big Bad Toy Store. There's, TF Source. There's all these online sources where collectors get their shit from. Because, like I said, remember, kids ain't got money.
No,
we got the money. We're the ones over here spending. So you would think, yeah, I understand. Yes, you got to cater to the younger audience because they're coming out every day. Younger kids. But we're still here, and we're the majority of the people who have to spend it. Even if it is the kids' stuff, we're still putting stuff aside for our shit. So what? We now don't get a say because we're over a certain age, that we're not a market group. Because I would disagree. Because you go to most of these cons, them cons ain't for the kids. When them NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out in the vintage VHS cassette and sold out in like minutes, there ain't no 5-year-old buying that. Hell, I didn't get one. I'm now waiting until February at GameStop because I had to pre-order them there. You know what I'm saying? So that they're not marketing that. Who the hell's buying a 4-pack of Golden Girls figures? Not no damn 5-year-old, but there's a market for it.
What did Blanche ever do wrong?
And if you look at like the stuff that's coming out, all the stuff
I'm more of a Rose.
I'm more of a Blanche Dubois. But if you
Gandhi,
look at,
what's your
but seriously,
Golden
if you just
Gandhi, what's your spirit Golden Girl?
Your spirit Golden Girl.
I guess I'm what's her name? The older one though. Sophie.
Oh.
Yeah. Grouchy Sophie.
So like, even if you look at Facebook, you look at the groups on Facebook, you got a group for everything. There's a group for G.I. Joe. There's a group for Vintage Toys. There's a group for Marvel Legends. There's a group for He-Man. And all these toys are being remade, the toys we grew up on. So there's not a market for it. They're remaking, like shit. That was my main 2 line right there. Masters of the Universe and Transformers. That's all I knew when I was a kid.
Hell yeah.
And now I see they're making new He-Man. I'm like, shit, do I got room? Like, plug me in. All you gotta do is give me some fucking some Silverhawks, and like that's the trifecta with a side of some Thundercats, and like shit, just plug it in. Plug me
Well,
in.
the thing is, like I was saying, like the way I believe it, what they look at the stores that are still carrying the stuff. I mean, yes, there's online that will sell cater to us, but you know, with the decline of Toys R Us, you know, that right there, like Hasbro and all them was like, you know, oh my God, what we're gonna sell to now, you know, and they need to really start looking, like even the Black Series, you know, people you hear people always talking about how the Black Series isn't where it should be, you know, for the adult collectors, you know, we want if we're gonna have we should better stuff, you know, like I mean NECA's like this stuff here makes Legends look like crap in some ways.
Hey
you know?
guys, doesn't Tattoo Toy
yeah.
Hunter look like a Scotland Yard off?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tattooed, trimmed toy hunter.
I shaved 10 pounds of beard and I look whiter than ever now.
You really do.
This hasn't got any sun like in 2 years.
But I mean, like, okay, but saying like this, so YouTube wants the advertisers, they want sponsors. Who says it has to be the mainline, you know, sponsors? Like you can get Hasbro to sponsor you, because like I said, Hasbro runs the gamut from kid stuff to, like you said, the Legends and the, you know, Black Series, and if the money's there, like, I mean, yeah, Black Series is like hit or miss, but they do make quality figures. You know what I mean? And there's always going to be, like, I got a friend, you guys probably heard of him, AD All Day, and he does nothing but Star Wars. Like, that's his jam. So right there, that's already, you know, one person. And I, you know, listen, I'm pretty sure half of us are all Star Wars geeks too. So it's like, you know, it's somebody's bag. You know, and like I said, I just feel like there is a market. They're too busy looking at the mainstream advertising and not focusing on, like, you know what, there are smaller companies that would be willing to pay that money to get their name out there, and there is a market for them.
Yeah, did you read the dead one, Freddie Mann?
You know, there's definitely a market. There's plenty of online sites that, you know, when I don't find what I need at a Target or a Walmart, my last option is online. And 9 times out of 10, that's why I find everything.
Tracy and prayers.
You can't see us, Uber Hulk?
Oh wow.
Mr. V, that's my boy in the chat. Yeah, that's my brother from Mother. Mr. V is my man, kid. He's always there.
He supports.
Listen.
Yeah,
Mr.
we like Mr. V.
Mr. V, he's so pimp. I had to put him in our new thumbnail because I'm like, Mr. V, you are like, you are the fifth man, son.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy in your comment. Super grateful to have.
Oh, he's done some videos. Like he actually won one of my giveaways I did a while back, and he made a little video on it. I'm just like, me, Mr. V, you're the man. Like, you're the fucking man. Like you and I have never met in the physical sense, but I feel like I've known you forever because you were just that. You're just that goddamn cool. That's
good to have that rep in this community because.
Oh man, like I said, I've been doing YouTube now for about 2 years, and I can honestly say everybody I've met has just been cool peoples. And as I said, like, I'm not doing this for the money. Like I said, with or without YouTube, I'd still have a shit ton of Transformers in this room. Mm-hmm. Make no mistake about that. It's just nice to, like, my initial thing when I got into this was like, I want to show someone who might just be getting into the game and like, hey, here's a jumping off point. If this is your thing, go for it. If not, you know, then here, check this out. Or if I know somebody who does something that you like, go see him. You know, like in the Sanctuary, like I do Transformers, like you were saying, Jimmy Lee, he does all the Predator, the movie stuff, the Hot Toys thing. So it's like, I don't know nothing about that. But I'll tell you, go talk to my man Jimmy. He'll put you in the right path.
Jimmy Lee, right? That's what he's going by now.
Or like I said, if the vintage games, I say go see my man Mr. V, or like my boy Super Mario Zilla. He's all about the Godzilla. Go see my man Vinny. They'll get you started.
I used to watch your Matt pretty regularly.
What's that now?
I used to watch Matt pretty regularly. The one up in Canada.
Oh, Mattitude. That's
yeah.
He and I actually, you mentioned it. Him and I are actually starting our own wrestling channel.
Really?
Yeah, we're gonna, because him and I, that's all we ever do is talk about wrestling. Yeah. And he's got shit to say, and I've always got shit to say because fucking right now, WWE is the bane of my existence. I stopped watching Raw. I can't watch it anymore. I can't.
Yeah.
I watched the highlights. There used to be a time I used to get pissed that Hulu cut it down to 190 minutes. Now I look forward to it because I'm like, I can't do 3 hours no more. I got work in the morning. Shit. I got a job.
So what do you think of the new wrestling federations coming out?
Listen, AEW is what this industry right now needs. They said something that I've been saying for the longest, that listen, we're all adults here. We know wrestling is a work, but there is athleticism to it. But you need to suspend disbelief. Cody said it best. Wins and losses need to matter. Belts need to be held as a regard, not just a prop, but a want. If you watch old classic wrestling, everybody from the low card to the mid card to the main event, every last one of them had an ambition to be champion. You look at WWE now, no one even talks about belts until they're in that position. You should always want to be a champion. They don't have that mindset no more. It's just we'll have a whole month of a feud that goes nowhere, and the only people that get any sniff of a belt is the ones they want to push. But it's like the belts are like second. They're not even like a main issue. Like you got this feud with Rollins and Ambrose. Neither one of them need the title, so they give it to Bobby Lashley because Bobby Lashley is literally floundering so much that you had to pull a blue chipper like Leo Rush just to get him over.
Yeah, that's
and now you're like wasting Leo Rush. He should be wrestling, not being a hype man. Yeah, he gets a couple 205 matches, but he shouldn't even be on 205. Like 205 shouldn't even be a thing. The cruiserweights should be in there with everybody else. Like, stop treating them like a second-class citizen because you make them seem lesser by not having them mixed in with the roster. I get it. You like I said, Vince likes the beef. He likes his big sweaty men, and they're not cutting it for him. Even though they're jacked to the gills, shredded like a salad, if they ain't over 6 feet, he ain't looking at you. And that's a sad mindset to have because they're breeding them smaller now, but they're doing a lot. Look at Will Ospreay, fucking Ricochet. Look at these dudes; they're killing it out there. And if Vince gets his hands on them, they will flounder. They will do nothing. That's why I'm like, stay away from the Dream. Omega, do not. I don't want to see your ass show up at that Rumble. You show up at that Rumble, I'm done.
Yeah, I don't want to see Aleister Black.
Yeah, me and
potential.
Me and Kebo were talking about going to the wrestling pay-per-view in Jacksonville when they're down there.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be fun. The second pay-per-view they're gonna do for Elite.
Oh, Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna do.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But it just kills me that it's like, especially now, at all the times, we're talking past the Hogan era, past the Attitude era, your roster is stacked to the point where this shouldn't be a repeat match anytime. You should be having new matches every goddamn week. But yet, I still see Sasha and Bayley versus the Riot Squad, the Revival versus the Lucha House Party.
Right.
Like, mix it up.
This is a problem that can be solved by changing things up in creative. This is the worst creative it's been.
Yeah, because they do come with ideas, but then you got Kevin Dunn and Vince shooting it down. You sitting there, Cesaro. You got dudes who get themselves over and then they get shot down. You saw what they did to Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder went out of his way to get himself over. What they do, they literally, he got a push. Yeah, a push off the stage by Kane. That's the push he got. In a goddamn wheelchair and looked like a fool.
It's funny because they're actually making that in figure form. I thought that was really funny.
And then look at him now. He's floundering. He wins the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania just to lose it the next goddamn.
Yeah, that was a fluke win that Vince was not happy about.
You know what I'm saying? So that right there tells you. You know, you have dudes like Cesaro who should have been a singles champ over and over 10 times by now. Yeah. And you stuck him in a tag team position because you don't feel like he's like that guy. And then, like I said before, Asuka and Nakamura. Nakamura should have been champion already.
Both Cesaro and Zack Ryder are thriving on YouTube.
Yeah.
With the permission of the WWE.
Yeah.
Chasing their hobbies since they don't want to push them in the ring.
Yeah, you see what Xavier Woods did. He literally you know what?
That's one of my favorite.
He needed a backdoor plan because he knew
enough of that channel.
He's like, fuck it. I'm gonna find a way to get over, stay over.
Hey.
And yeah, up about like I watched that.
Xavier is the man in my book. I mean, shoot.
He like to call himself. He's the filthy cat.
Well, at least Tyler Breeze has found his second calling working with Xavier on Up Up Down Down.
Yeah, but that's not enough. Like I said, Tyler Breeze he's another one. He's a guy who can go. Did you watch NXT a few weeks ago when he came back to fight Ricochet? Like, come on, man, the dude can go. But
that was interesting when they brought him back.
Yeah, because there's a lot of dudes on the main roster that
he
really
didn't
want to
have
go
the
back.
Selfie stick. He was holding his phone with his hand because he didn't have the selfie stick.
You know, instead we get fucking I don't know what it is about R-Truth, like what he's got on Vince, like that's like his main man, but he gets more time than anybody, and he's done nothing. He's literally a fucking minstrel show. Now, granted, he for his age, he could do his thing, but who cares? Like, who cares, bro? Like, you're damn near 50. I don't care about you and Carmella. Carmella was good when she was with Enzo and Cass, and you see what happened to those two dudes.
No, Cass.
Oof, Cass fell off. He fell so hard he gained 20 pounds. That's how hard he fell. And Enzo, he's over here bombing pay-per-views. Like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, that shit at Survivor Series was hilarious.
It was. It really was.
Like, what are you doing, bro?
The nads on him, bro.
It's one of those things where it's like, again, they were two dudes who were not true. They were proof they weren't ready for the main roster. They should have stayed in NXT. Like, even like they got with Heavy Machinery. Let Heavy Machinery get an NXT tag title before you bring them up. They're not ready.
It looks like they already did screw that up.
Yeah, and Lawrence Sullivan's been a no-show. They say he's been supposed to do a couple dark matches and he no-showed.
Yeah, we
apparently having like anxiety or something.
We predicted that Sullivan was going to be wasted when they bumped him up.
Yeah, but he's already so nervous about it. He's no-showing. Because he knows they'll probably he'll get a good push for like a week or two or maybe a month. And then whoever the top baby face is, or in fact, the rumor was he was supposed to fight Cena, I think, at WrestleMania. So you know what that means. He's about to touch the hand of God known as John Cena with his dad hair.
Now, come on now. Cena has... He's put a lot of guys in 2018.
Yeah, he has, but he's only doing it now. But it's like, look here, I give Cena the credit in the world. He took the ball, he ran with it, and they put him in that spot. But how many times did he take something that had potential to do more and kill the momentum. Bray Wyatt, Wade Barrett,
Sure.
who else?
CM,
like I said, like
CM Punk.
CM Punk, you know what I'm saying? CM Punk literally had to shoot just to get over. You know what I'm saying? The man literally had to threaten to quit just to get over.
Gotta see that guy come back right there.
It'd be nice. Oh shit. Oh, please. If there's a wrestling god out there, let him show up at AEW. Let him show up at AEW, and I kid you not, Vince's head will blow up. Like the back of it will pop, because then he knows that shit got real. Now they're trying to pretend. They're trying to pretend like they don't notice it, but they notice everything. Like they play that naive that they don't pay attention to competition. Like, stop it. If that was the case, then why has no one been released? Because usually after WrestleMania and SummerSlam, they release people. They haven't released anybody. Normally they get their future endeavor papers. They ain't released nobody. The only people that has been released was Cass, because he was rubbing people the wrong way in the back, and Enzo because he believed his own hype too much, and then Neville just left.
So I have a question. Who's your favorite wrestler of all time?
Oh, easy. Ric Flair.
Ric Flair?
Ric Flair, come on. Any man that can survive a plane crash and then come back better than ever, like, come on, the dude's a god.
Yeah.
Dude's literally a god. Like, he is literally the stuff of legends. Like, he is like you hear a story about Rick, and it's like, you know what? As crazy as it sounds, I believe it, because Rick just seemed like that dude. He lived that gimmick. So it's like
the heart attack too.
Heart attack, everything, man. Marriages, like the dude's a fucking pimp. Okay,
He's a
he is. You got fucking sports athletes and rappers who emulate Flair. Come on, you transcended everything. There's not a person in here who don't know his lines of jet stealing, wheeling, dealing, kiss stealing. Everybody know that.
Venom Fang does the woo in his reviews.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. I use that all the time.
Yeah, the dude
When you smell that plastic.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The dude transcends.
Ric Flair, boys.
Plus, in his prime, even though like Hulk Hogan got the mainstream attention, in his prime, Ric Flair can wrestle circles around Hulk if he wanted to. As big as Hulk Hogan was in his prime, Ric Flair still eat his ass up like
Luger's package. Going in the mail tomorrow.
And I would say second favorite, is Bret Hart. Bret Hart, second to none. Like probably the best technical wrestler out there.
I think Andre the Giant would be fine.
Like, Bret Hart was the architect. He was the first real smaller guy to get that kind of push. Like, the wrestlers we see today, they more emulate the look of a Bret Hart than they would a Hulk Hogan. They're not, 7 feet tall, Jack to gills. Yeah,
this is today's Bret Hart right here.
Yeah, AJ, exactly. He's a prime example. He's not overly big. He's a moderate, physique, but he can go.
The best of HBK, the best of Bret Hart, and he made one.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That's definitely AJ Styles.
So Kenny Omega, where's he going?
If he's smart, he's going to
stay. Debuting in the Rumble?
Man, here's the thing. Like, I heard all the talk. They see WWE is slick. They offered the Young Bucks basically like 6 figures. They was gonna put Be the Elite on the network, and I'm like, why would you do that? Because then you own their show. Yeah. Why do that when they're doing well on YouTube? Like that's what they did to Zack Ryder's show. They took it over. So now if Zack left, he couldn't do that show no more because now WWE owns it. So why would you want to sign away something you know is yours? You have creative control. They was going to give Hangman Page made roster salary to go to NXT to be a main eventer there. Like they was dishing out big bucks to these dudes, but it's like, and then what? You'll play with Vince will play with the toys for about a month, get tired of them, and then next thing you know, they're fucking doing the conga line with No Way Jose. And by the way, somebody give me a milk carton, because have you seen Ty Dillinger? Where is he? Where is the perfect terror?
No.
Because his ass
on the face of the earth, he's got no time on the main roster, no screen time. You don't even see him on Up, Down, Down. That's bad.
Yeah, like where's Ty Dillinger? That dude is literally MIA.
I think he's going to AEW.
Well, like I said, the Revival are asking for their release. They won out. Won out.
I think Ty's gonna want out too.
But I think WWE is gonna try to. They've been slowly, if you notice, all the people who should have been pushed years ago, now they're paying attention to them. Now Apollo Crews is getting wins. The Revival's getting more TV time. The Gallows and Anderson, they're getting more TV time. Why all of a sudden now you notice all these dudes? Because quote unquote no competition is over here now. Please,
you notice?
Miss me with that nonsense, yo. You see the writing on the wall. And his name is Chris Jericho.
Got the win. He got the win Monday. Finn Balor got the win.
Yeah, Finn Balor's getting a win.
Getting scared.
Like he's literally desperate so much that he's like, John Cena, give this guy the rub, endorse him. Even though we didn't need an endorsement, we already knew Finn Balor was good. But I want the real rock and roller. Fuck this smiley face, fucking Finn. I want
Prince Devitt.
I want Devitt.
And if they weren't pushing him and he went to AEW, he would have got full control.
It's over.
He would have got full control. He could have did any kind of, if you wanted to do another character besides the Demon, he could have did that. He could have did the Demon. He could have did Prince Devitt. And they would have had no problem with it.
Speaking of Demon, if he doesn't come out as a Demon when he faces Brock Lesnar, fuck WWE.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. He needs this belt back.
He does.
He deserves that belt.
Yeah, and clearly he's the only dude to not ever get a rematch.
Yep.
And every time he brought it up, they'd squash his ass. Because Vince knew it was the truth. Like, listen, I got injured. Sucked. Okay, I got out. I come back, and you put the belt on everybody but me. Everybody got a title shot but me, and I should be like first in fucking line. Like I didn't lose the belt. I had to give it up.
And it sucks because he was put in the same situation that Sami Zayn was. Because you notice both of them came straight out of NXT, red hot. And they were getting pushed, and then all of a sudden, once they get injured, nothing happens.
Yeah, nothing. Like I feel bad for like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, all these dudes, and it's like you're putting them in sticky segments and just god awful matches and god awful feuds, and it's like these dudes are better than that. Like
and Owens has potential. When Owens came to the WWE, he straight up took out John Cena. He didn't care. He came out there.
Oh yeah, they put that rocket up his ass for like 5 minutes, and then like I said, Vince got done playing with his toy, and then he put it away because he had his big dog to fucking stroke that fucking greasy ass hair. And look how that paid off for him. You know, no disrespect to Anawani. You know, he going through some real shit, but you backed the wrong horse, and we told you for 4 years that was the wrong horse. But yet you still kept whipping it, and you still kept riding it, even though every building he came in, he got booed out to the point you had to edit the volume so that the TV crowd couldn't hear the outcry of boos. As if somehow I'm going deafly, and my hearing's not the greatest, but I can hear a boo when I hear one. And he's getting booed out the goddamn building.
Yep.
He could beat everybody. He could beat Undertaker 25 times, still getting booed out the building. You know, you send him all the way to goddamn Saudi Arabia, the only people who don't know any better, and he almost got booed out of that building. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dude, like just, and like I said, now he's out. You would think, hit the reset button, not a soft reset. Hold the button, wait till the light blinks, count to 10, then let go. Because this soft reboot shit ain't working. Like, you need a whole overhaul. Enough of this draft shit. Bring the rosters back together. Fucking unify the titles. Make the belts mean something again. Like, I always, my whole philosophy was like, steal a page from TNA. Have a ranking system. Have a point system. Make wins, losses, disqualifications all add up to points. You get the high by the end of the month, by the next pay-per-view, whoever's got the most, you get a title shot.
Like, what was it, Bound for Glory? I think
Yeah,
that's
kind of like that. So it like I said, it makes the wins, it makes the losses matter. It makes you give a damn about somebody. So then if you want to do storyline and you want to have that underdog come from last place and go all the way up, you can do shit like that. Or you have the heel who cheats his way to get to the number one spot. You have that. And then the person that he cheated to get to that spot will then chase him to get to that spot. Like, make it matter. You know, lie to me a little bit. Make me believe like, oh, this is a real competition. Even though I know it's a work, but fucking suspend my disbelief. Lie to me just a little bit. Is that too much to ask?
All right, well,
I pay my $9.99 a month. Shit.
Mr. Smith, we appreciate everything. Tell us again the channel you and Matt are gonna do for wrestling.
Well, the name of the show, and I guess since you guys are wrestling fans, it's gonna be called Clickbait.
Okay. Clickbait is going to be the show on your channel.
It's a whole separate channel.
Okay.
It's an all new YouTube channel we got
The
going.
Sanctuary has its own channel, right?
Follow more.
The Sanctuary does have its own channel. Yes, that's where we do our podcast, Spaghetti and Friends Toy Show, and usually we'll do that. That's pretty much that show. We do some collaborative stuff, like we'll post our stuff there too. But everybody has their own individual channels. But
right.
Matt and I will be doing Clickbait, which is basically we'll be doing some live streams. It's all going to be wrestling based. He knows some people out there, so we're going to try to get like some wrestlers to actually interview some indie stuff, and it's going to be good. Like I say, if you're in about wrestling, you want to join to talk about it, I'm always down to talk about wrestling.
That sounds good, man. We can feel your passion for sure for the sport.
It's like, hey, like I said, I'm a product of the '80s. I grew up on it just like all you guys did. It's you know, it's fun to watch. Like when it's good, it's really good. When it's crap, it's crap. And you know, right now we're at that point where it's like right there. It's right, like it's the calm before the fucking storm right now. And I definitely feel there is a change coming, but it's like WWE. We know you're not going away. You're a machine. You're gonna be here probably after I'm gone. But I'd like to at least see before I die. You know, give us some good fucking wrestling, bro. You know, no more 3-hour Raws. Go back to 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know what? Like I said,
I couldn't agree more personally. But we're going to bring this back to toys. Don,
yeah, let's get back to toys. I can do
Don,
that too.
Go ahead and talk about what's going to happen on Friday.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm at 142 subs at this moment, and I'm trying to get to 200 before my anniversary in February. And what I'm going to do is me and Tattoo Toy Hunter is going to collab on Friday. And we're gonna both do a giveaway. He just hit 2,000, and he's doing a giveaway.
Nice.
And then basically, I'm doing a giveaway, and what I'm giving away is this NECA. As you can see, the Heat from Predator. Predator. Yep. That's a really cool fig. I don't even have that for my own collection, so you're gonna get it before I do. And basically, what we're gonna ask y'all to do is to sub to my channel, sub to his, and you'll end up possibly getting some cool stuff. I also have a question for Mr. Smith there. Do you like KO Transformers? Do you collect those as well?
I do have a couple in my collection. They're pretty decent. I mean, I said this earlier, like KOs have kind of stepped up lately, especially in the Transformer sense. The quality has gotten a lot better than it has in the past few years. So they're, like I said, they're kind of competing with those other third parties. Like there's a few out there. There's like K and Bao. What's the other one? I think it's called Jimbo. Like they're out there making some pretty decent KOs. So it's still kind of hit or miss. It is definitely rolling the dice still, but for the most part, they've been cornering the market and like remaking masterpieces oversized. Like they did an oversized Masterpiece Megatron, which a lot of people said was better than the actual Megatron. So it's good.
I found these and I thought they were pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Got that one. I got gold called Power Goldon. It's pretty cool.
Huh? Yeah.
Oh, those do look cool.
What's your favorite Transformer you got in your collection?
That would probably be
the 17-pounder.
Well, yeah, the newborn's one of them. But yeah, this is my baby right here. You know, I take him out to the park every now and then. You want to see the newborn again? The newborn. The newborn. Feed him daily. Nice. You know, he likes his fruits and vegetables. But I think my favorite would be Fans Toy Sovereign, which was their Galvatron. And hands down, he's probably the best Galvatron you'll get today. Like I couldn't see Takara making one any better. They could try, but I don't see one. It's cartoon accurate. It's solid. I mean, there's die cast where there needs to be, and it's just a pimp figure. In fact, where is he? I got him right here because I was playing with him earlier today. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, this guy right here is probably my favorite in my collection because it's Galvatron. Who doesn't like a man with an arm cannon? Like, come on. How could you not like that? But yeah, I would say he's definitely my favorite. But then I changed my mind because then I got a Grimlock too. So it varies, but I love them. I love all my children equally.
Kevin just got a Grimlock.
Yeah, you got moved. Yeah, is it the retro? The retro is Grimlock, right, Kevin?
No, the one I got is Power of the Primes, Voyager Grimlock.
Ooh, that Grimlock's pretty nice. Did you get the whole combiner set?
No, just him so far. But
okay,
I was playing the long game, and now everything's gone.
Ooh, yeah, I hate when that happens.
So, do you have like all the G1s?
With the reissues?
No, the actual G1s, the very first Transformers.
I used to a long time ago, but it's one of those things where hindsight's 2020. You know, things happen. Through early in my years and kind of fell out of it, and then got back into it. So but I'm glad I got back into it because, like I said, looking at the reissues and then looking at the figures now, I'm like I said before, like damn, we got cheated back in the day. Our Transformers were kind of shit. You know, scale was off, articulation was barely there. I mean, they like I said, they served their purpose for the day, and you know what? They're always going to have a place in my heart. But I definitely appreciate the people who go out of their way to just love for this franchise and make the figures what they are today. So it's like I'm on board.
Kick out! I was listening to that guy Patriot Prime recently.
Oh, Patriot Prime, that's my boy right there. That's my man.
He was laughing about Astro Train because back in the day they'd put like 100 robots in it and everybody'd fly around inside them. Yeah. And then when he transforms, he's like a little dude.
Yeah. Like where's the scale? And then like the Galvatron back in the days, he'd like like 10 feet tall. It's like, where's the scale here? It's all off. But you know, that's what childhood imagination's for. You kind of look past it when you were a kid. So,
well, they were all based off of robots that were created in Japan anyway. For other like supposed to be together anyway. They just went and said, "Oh, okay, all these robots can transform. Why don't we all just call them Transformers?"
Yeah, they come from it was Micromasters and Diaclone. And they just took them and hodgepodged them all together, made a comic book from Marvel. Bob Budiansky gave them all personalities and names, and here we are today.
Yep.
So thank you, Bob Budiansky. Without you, there'd be no Megatron.
You're gonna take away my geek cred, but this year is the first time I've ever seen the actual Transformers movie. We went and saw it in the theater. Yeah.
Were you talking about the cartoon?
Yeah, the cartoon movie.
86, right?
What?
Yeah.
Dude, I keep
we went to all San Diego events. I really enjoyed it.
It's a classic.
Yeah, well, back in the day, I mean, like I was telling Tattoo Toy Hunter, we didn't have cable. We only had, and we couldn't get Fox because the antenna wouldn't pick it up. And that's the only channel that showed Transformers.
Bro.
So,
anytime my Wi-Fi goes out, that's the movie that gets thrown in my DVD, bro. Like,
for me, that soundtrack is like the greatest soundtrack to any movie ever.
Oh, it is.
What the one song in Bumblebee? You know?
So I haven't seen Bumblebee. I refuse to give Michael Bay any money, even though he says he's not a part of it. He's in there. I could smell it. That movie stinks of Bay. He only got my money one time, and that was for the first one. After that, he received no more money from me.
Okay. Uberhawk, this is Mr. Smith. Why don't you introduce yourself? Because Uberhawk asking who you are.
Oh, my name is Smith. I have a small little channel called Smith Super Awesome Reviews. I mostly review Transformers, some Marvel Legends here and there. I do some gaming, but the crux of my bane is Transformers. You know, I bleed it, I live it, I love it. It's how life should be. You know, my car transforms on the weekends. You know, we get around. Still trying to think of a new name because I just got a new car, so I'm like, I need a name. You need a name. Every good car should have a name. Can't call him Jeep Renegade. Like, no, that doesn't work. Need something better. I'm working on it though. But yeah, that's what I do. My name is, you just call me Smith, you call me Dave. Either way, it works. Because I am, once again, your Transformers heavyweight champion.
Oh.
Except no substitutes. No substitutes. That's what's causing
I have that Jeep. That's from my childhood.
But let's get back to this. How you just now seen Transformers the movie? Like that's you've done yourself a very disservice. Like was that on a bucket list or something?
No, it's just like I said. It was back in the day. We didn't have. I live in South Carolina, so I live in a small town in South Carolina. So the closest city is an hour away, called Charleston. You've probably heard of it, Charleston, South Carolina.
Well, yeah, I'm in Georgia, so
yeah. Oh, what part of Georgia?
Stinking Macon.
Oh shoot, I've been to Macon, Georgia before. Anyway, we used to have the big giant antennas, you know, the ones that you have to move if you wanted to see a certain channel.
Yeah.
So, Fox 44 was in Charleston, and we would have to move the antenna just to get that channel, and we never did. So I never did watch, you know, Transformers or G.I. Joe. I knew of it, and I actually had some of the Transformer toys back when I was a kid. But you know, I never got to see the actual show or movie.
Blockbuster or nothing? You have a Blockbuster? Like, bro.
Well, Blockbuster. I mean, that's when I was out of. Blockbuster was around when I was out of high school. I might not look it, but I'm going on 42 years old.
He don't look 42, does he, guys?
He's still a baby.
Bro, I'm telling you, okay.
42.
You're not that old, bro.
Dondi don't look 42.
No.
Yeah.
Kevin looks
So,
older this time.
No, they should look at your mama. Your mama don't look at her.
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, man. I mean, like I'm like any shows. It's like CBS, NBC. Saturday morning is when So.
Well, listen, better late than never. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's the second question. See, you now seen the true classic, the only Transformer movie that matters. Yep. You've seen the Michael Bay stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you think is better?
I've seen all the Transformers, the Michael Bay movies. I've seen the Transformers show. I've seen the the actual movie. I would say
it's a trap. Don't say it.
I think. Well, let's just listen to me for a moment. I believe that the cartoon movie is the pinnacle of it. But with that being said, the newer Bumblebee movie did have that feel. I think because it's not. I think Hasbro is trying to do their own universe. There's rumors that Mask and G.I. Joe is going to be involved in with Transformers in this universe. So I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. But I mean, to be honest, I mean it was all 80s. It felt like the old Bumblebee. I mean, the way he talked to the girl and protected the girl, it had that feel. I mean, it's not perfect, but it did have that feel.
I said that about the Bumblebee movie. Just from what I've seen, it has the potential. It has potential because they've smoothed out the robots that they don't look like this hot clunky garbages.
Yep.
But the face, that's the stink of Bay. Clean the face up. Yeah. Make Bumblebee talk again. Like, when did we get into this world where Bumblebee doesn't talk? Let's get rid of that. Like that was funny the first time. 20 movies later, okay, enough already. You telling me alien race of advanced technologies and you can't fix a voice box? Come on, man. Miss me with that nonsense. Like, yeah. But like I said, hopefully after the next one comes and it gets better, like I said, I'll wait and see. But I always say take the old movie, the 86 classic, and just do that movie live action. Scene for scene, give me the old 80s soundtrack if you want. Do that shit. And I bet you that shit'll make money. Large robot planet eating other planets. Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want to hear?
Michael Bay, which they're still doing that a little bit. It's following that Michael Bay, thing, which I don't agree. I don't agree with that at all. But apparently, his name, the planet is the Earth from the Michael Bay series.
Yeah,
which I thought was stupid.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. That, like I said, that right there is an offense. I'm not one easily offended, but I'm offended. Okay, that is an abomination.
But if you're right, Dondi, and they are doing a G.I. Joe movie, they need to do this one right, because I didn't like the last one.
Let me tell you about the last one.
No,
I got something to say about the last
J, okay, this is what I expect for Lady J. Javelin, spear, and the backpack. How you mess that up? How you get that wrong?
Hold on.
Have her walking around with guns and shit? Like, oh.
in the last G.I. Joe movie, Fort Sumter is here in Charleston. Okay, I mean Fort Sumter is here in Charleston. Okay, and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna have the last scene be at Fort Sumter, right? That was not that fort was nowhere. I mean, whoever did the research for Fort Sumter didn't know what the hell they were doing because it's out in the middle of the water. How the hell is there any like tanks on Fort Sumter when it's in the middle of the damn ocean?
That G.I. Joe movie broke my heart, man.
It did. Like this is
when Duke died.
No, the first one. When they gave us that shit looking Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
And it's like him and the Baroness are siblings. Like, what is that? What is this shit? It's like literally it's there for you on a plate. All you have to do is pick up the fork and you're over there fumbling like you got no thumbs. What is this?
But how do you mess up Lady J? Like this is what I expect for Lady J.
Look at the only thing that movie got right was Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. Basically,
they did.
That's the only thing they got right.
But how do you get Flint wrong? Like how?
Simple. They called in a Wayans brother. That's how you get it wrong.
Well, okay, and mech suits. What the hell was that about?
Yeah,
we're gonna jump over what?
It's like God damn it, Hollywood.
The super suits were super stupid.
Okay, here's the question I got. Here's the question I got for you guys, and this was something that I was actually going to bring up on my show tomorrow. But since I got you guys here, I want to get your opinion on this.
All right.
With most movies being adapted from mostly comic books and old 80s shows and all that, would you prefer a movie to go off the source material, or are you okay with them taking liberties and just kind of doing what they want with it?
Okay. Well,
me, I'm all about source material.
I have a good example. Yeah. So I'll wait till it's my turn.
Let's look at this in two different ways, okay? Everybody here has seen Sin City, right? Yeah. The very first one?
Yeah.
Okay, Sin City was panel from the comic. I mean, if you read the comic, you knew what that movie was going to be about, okay? But again, the Marvel movies, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, a lot of it isn't from the comics. And if it is drawn from the comics, it's basically the Ultimate Universe, not the regular universe.
Yeah.
So it depends on how hardcore comic book person you are, I feel. Because if you're a general audience and go see the Marvel Universe, you're going to be able to get into it more because you understand that universe because you're watching it and it's coming out before you. But somebody like me who's hardcore comic book person, when they went into Sin City, it was like watching a comic book come to life on the screen. And that's what I kind of like because I read the comics and I know what the source material is. But like my wife, sometimes I have to explain what's going on because she's never read or seen what the characters are. So she's experiencing it from, and again, it's the same thing with her. Me and her are both big anime fans. And again, another person who just screwed up a whole, fandom is Sham Dam Dingalong, when he did The Last Airbender,
Oh, Shyamalan.
Yeah. So she was really angry, because she knows the source material, and she was like, "What the hell?" She's like you. She wouldn't even go see the movie.
Well, here I give you a couple examples, like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. All of a sudden, his web is just in him. He doesn't build his web shooters. Strike one. Dragon Ball Evolution. What the fuck is that?
Oh no!
Don't talk about no Transformer movie, but we don't talk about evolution here in this household, sir.
We'll strike two.
Timmy, if you end up watching this, we're sorry that we broke your heart about that Dragon Ball movie.
Yeah, sir, for real. That was like the worst thing ever.
And I think the most egregious to me is the Bayformers. Like a Transformer killed Hitler. Get the fuck out of my house. Okay, walk away, and go sit in the corner somewhere and think about what you just did. Okay, strike three, you're out. Like, this is the thing I'm saying. Like Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park was based on a book, and they take liberties. You can look at the Walking Dead. They took a lot of liberties.
Oh, we don't want to get into Jurassic Park here, sir.
Some liberties are good.
Where's Blooker at? Blooker would be like, "Oh, nope, don't be talking about my Transformers. I mean, my Jurassic Park."
I'm just saying, if you've ever read the original book compared to the movie, there's some differences.
Mm-hmm.
You can even say the same for Harry Potter. You know what I mean? But it's like, if everybody liked the original stuff, what was wrong with just taking what was there and copying and pasting? Why do you now need to feel the need to put your spin on it? I don't want your spin on it. I want what brought me to the goddamn table. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want what I read. I want what I saw. Like, you give me, like, okay, and I'm not even knocking it because it's still a good movie, like Infinity War. Now, and this is something I said earlier. When you rewrite history for the uninitiated and you give it to them first time, they take that as gospel, not knowing that, no, there's more to this. Like, we're talking X-Men Last Stand with the whole Phoenix. Anyone who's ever read the Phoenix Saga, that's not how shit went down. And that's why I have no faith in this Dark Phoenix that's coming out, because again, they're going through that same formula of, instead of giving us a proper Phoenix Saga, you're just gonna give me this, she's born with this extra special ability. No, she didn't. She got that. She wasn't born with that. Like, go, walk away.
Get out of my house.
Yeah. Like,
but I'll say this: there's probably movies out there that you really care for and like that has been changed without you knowing it. If you read the material, you know that.
Michael Vick in the stream.
He gets a chance to complain too.
I'd say a really good movie that was good from comic to movie was Watchmen.
Yes, that's another one. That
was a great one.
Yeah, like I said, some of them get it right.
Oh, wait a minute, bro. Have you read Watchmen?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, yeah. So if you read Watchmen, they did change it.
Yeah, they took a little bit.
But you know where they changed it at.
Yeah, but we want to know if you know.
Yeah, I know exactly where it's changed at the very end. The whole ending's changed. Okay. The way they presented it on screen is not how it ended in the book.
Yeah, something it seemed off. I'd say that.
And people are like, "Oh, it's a great movie. They did a really great job, and it works for the movie screen." But if you are a purist again, I mean, anybody here care if I spoil it?
Go for it.
I think if you haven't seen it by now,
All right. In the movie itself, at the end, Mr. Manhattan is blamed for destroying half the planet, pretty much. All the big cities. Yeah. In the comic book, the way he created it, did the same thing, was that he created these aliens, these dead aliens, and put them on the buildings and everything, and made it look like an alien race came and destroyed these cities. So they changed that because they didn't want a viewer to say, "Oh, this is a stupid ending," because these giant, half dead creatures are all over the buildings and stuff. They changed that from the comic to the movie, so the viewer won't, and that's exactly why they do that sometimes, is because you can't take one medium sometimes doesn't translate good, well over into another medium.
Well, okay, but here's my question: why don't you think? Then that means they have no faith or trust the audience. Like, okay, you say as a purist, would you have preferred what the comic book gave you or what the movie gave you?
As far as a comic book writer, a person who reads comics and all that, I would have liked to seen that ending. But again, they gave us worked for that movie, so I don't know. It's like Daredevil, The first Daredevil, they tried to make it exactly like the comics, It came out to be looking like it was,
Yeah.
I mean, if you try to make something that try to take the comics, like say they try to translate the old Spider-Man from the from the cartoon series back in the 60s and 70s. You know what I'm talking about? Spider-Man and Amazing Friends?
Yeah.
What if they try to make that into a movie today? It wouldn't work because, basically people would be like,
I would hope they wouldn't go that route, since you have issues and issues of better Spider-Man content to copy off of than, Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends. But like I said, the way I see it is like, okay, trust your audience to know, like, because like anytime I've gone to a movie of something that was based on a comic book or a novel, that's the one thing I hear from people is like, oh, it was good, but I wish they had this, or like you said, like you were saying before, you got to explain to somebody, what was going on, because they're the uninitiated. And it's like, I would say you would bring.
Well, I got a question for you.
What's that?
Did you like Thor Ragnarok?
I liked Thor Ragnarok. It was good. It was funny. It was different.
Okay. For that movie, we took two main characters from Planet Hulk and totally naturally changed them to be funny.
Yeah.
Meek and what's his name? The Rock guy. I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now. But
Core.
Both those characters, Core, they were badass warriors in Thor in Planet Hulk, and in the movie, they made them into comedy relief, and that to me, again, it's the same thing. It's just how you view the movie. That movie made tons and tons of money, and people were like all about it. And I walked out of that movie being very, very angry because I'm a huge Incredible Hulk fan, and I knew that they just took the Planet Hulk and
you got Planet Hulk Light. They gave you Planet Hulk Light. That's what Ragnarok gave.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, because that's what it was basically with Planet Hulk. But I mean, yeah, like I said, in some cases it is kind of warranted, but it's in the same sense. It's not like it can't be done. Like I gotta say, if you said 20 years ago, maybe some of these movies couldn't have been done with the technology then, but the technology now, they could have gave us a Planet Hulk. You could get, all these movies with the endings. You could make now with Spider-Man in the MCU, you can get an actual Secret Wars and give us a proper introduction to the symbiote, instead of it just something falling from the sky and all that bullshit. Like, give us a real. You have the cast of characters. It's not like it can't be done, but I just feel like it's mostly Hollywood and directors. Like, well, I'm gonna put my spin on it because I'm fucking special and I need to show my talent. No, your real talent is, hey, take something that already exists, that people already love, that there's an audience for, and just give them, like, literally, the storyboard's there. Copy and paste. You don't even really need to write dialogue because the dialogue's already there. Just copy and paste.
I'd say another good one would be, Harley would be another good one. The comic from the Suicide Squad one. I mean, I liked Margot Robbie's Suicide Squad, but I don't know how they.
Yeah, she was good. I don't care for Jared Leto's Joker. That was just.
Oh,
I don't know what that was.
I don't know what that was either. That can go.
And it sucks because that's a waste of a good actor too. That's and like I said, it's so bad that they had to call Joaquin. Like, Joaquin, can you do something for us, please? That we're getting a new Joker. Like it's like you don't need to reinvent the wheel on these things. Like, these things are already established. Just copy paste. No, like I said, I know